Welcome back to the Morning Slate, presented by Alpha Sports Co. We are finally back in tennis paradise. We have Indian Wells this week. Personally, super excited. It's one of my favorite tournaments of the year. Great environment, great players. See Alcaraz has his mullet, warming up with the LeBron James jersey out in LA. But
that was Thomas' life. 12-0 on the season. Literally hasn't lost. And it's what?
I don't see it happening.
It's March and he hasn't lost.
It is Alcaraz. But one of our favorite tournaments. We're going to have picks throughout the whole entire tournament. Really, really big slates. Make sure to join our free Discord below. All of the free picks will be there. And if you want our VIP picks, make sure to hit that Dub Club link below as well. Unlocking that will get you every single tennis pick all year long. Great value. But let's get into this Indian Wells slate. It's a pretty big one today for the first round.
Yeah. Before we go into the full slate, let's talk about the card so you know exactly what and where you're betting on. The Indian Wells paradox is something that is literally unique to Indian Wells. That's why it's called the Indian Wells paradox. They play in desert-like conditions with fast air but slow services. Also, this court plays majority like a clay court. It has 0.73 court speed, which means there's 8 clay courts that actually play faster than a hard court. And there are no hard courts that are nearly comes close to the speed levels of this court. So let's talk about the strategies and different player profiles here. Serve bots, they're not in the question. You think, hard court, California, bright sun, it's better than serve bots. No.
Most of these are playing at night, too.
Also, when it comes into night, it actually turns into a 55-45% return balance instead of the 60-40 balance when the sun's out. So it's a returner and topspin paradise. This is why players like Nadal dominated the match, a return guy who has a beautiful left-hand topspin, and guys like Carlos, who's dominated in recent years. Literally, in my opinion, the tournament made for him. He can get to every ball, and he hits a deep forehand that is very hard for players to put back in play.
Gets
to every ball. It's big disadvantages to flat players because they try to rely on skid and trajectory, which it physically cannot happen in these conditions. It's very hard to play a game like that. Players like Fritz, players like Opelka, players like Pericard, who have very strong serves but very, very, very flat forehands, will not be effective in this. But players like Carlos, even though he's effective at every surface, will be very effective. And also clay quarters their odds won't exactly monitor it because they're thinking it's a hard court. Clay quarters are not ideal, but this is playing more like a clay court than any other hard court and bounces like a clay court as well. Also, right now, we give out one play that we love here, value. We got Carlos. We're rating him at plus 110. He's at plus 150 right now.
Yeah.
So, right now, literally a tournament made for his dreams. It's a clay hard court. A clay hard court. How else? Come on. It's literally Carlos Alcaraz. 12-0 on the season, and he has plenty of rest. He's not overusing his body. He's played 12 games in 3 months, but he's winning every single game. He wants to go out and wants to win every single tournament, every single game he plays. So I love it. 1 unit right now, Carlos Alcaraz.
In his last tournament he only played one match that went over 2 sets.
Yeah,
so, he's at the top of his game. This court just favors the hell out of him. Unit at plus 150. You're getting Carlos at plus money here. I love it. Yeah, you got to watch out for the one guy. But
you got to watch out for center.
If you're doing a 50-50 matchup and you get a Carlos at plus 150,
it's great odds.
So there's our future to win the tournament. 1 unit, Carlos
also
to win Indian Wells.
Also, one small thing there is Jack Draper's coming back, but I don't see this as a factor. You don't win a tournament your first game back. You don't win a tournament your first week back. Only reason he's playing is he has to defend 1,000 points from last season from obviously winning the tournament. And he is currently ranked, let me see, I think it's 14, 15. I got it right there, actually. No. 14, 15 in the world. So he's had a lot of points to defend. He could drop at the top. He could drop into the 20s. Yep. So that's the main reason why he's playing the tournament. And also just to get back into the groove of things. But I don't see him as a major factor against Carlos. Now, moving on to our tennis plays and tennis picks for today. We're going to start off with 2 units on Kamil Mazurek, moneyline, minus 120. He is playing Giovanni Lapici Perry card, which, I mean,
Fade.
I can't say this enough. He is, I'm going to pull it up right now. I don't got the,
You got a fade Perry card here.
I don't got the exact stats. He's not winning. He's not winning games this season. Yeah, he had a very nice Dubai, but before that, he was on a 5-match losing streak. He lost Algier Aliassime. He just played a Tanzanian guy who's 33 years old, and he took Paracard to 3 sets. So
he's a serve bot that can't really hold a serve.
And this tournament, guess what's the one thing that's not effective? Serve bots and flat hitters. Also, his one-handed backhand. He has a flat one-handed backhand, a flat forehand, and he's not fast. So everyone else can catch up to these balls, but he can't. Well, he's fast, but he's not like athletic. He can't. If he's running straight, he's good. Yeah, he's lengthy, but he's not athletic. These courts very much do not suit Paracard's game. He's a serve bot with flat balls, and he will not be able to sustain any of these long rallies. Kamil hits a very, very, very controlled topspin, and in courts like this, it's a court for grinders. You want to have controlled topspin that are deep in the court, where flat hitters are not able to hit the lines, not able to pierce through the court. So, love the play here. Also, a fun fact that I like to say is when you play Paracard, you both become serve bots, because his return is the worst in the ATP in the past 2 years. He's averaging, it's under 2% return games. It's like 2 to 5% return games won. So anyone can be a serve bot against
He gets broken one time. So
yeah. I mean, he gets broken, he's not going to be able to break back. And Kamil is a very good returner, very good player who hits long rallies. Great spot here for Kamil. 2 units, minus 120. And also his serve is very effective.
Yeah.
So,
especially against Paracard.
So yes, especially against Paracard. So first play for Indian Wells is Kamil Mazur, his last name, playing Paracard, minus 120. Thank you. And now moving on to the next play is 1.5 units on the American, the homegrown Jensen Brooksby moneyline against Alexei Papayan.
He's from Cali too.
Yeah, he is from Cali. It is his hometown. He gets every year. He actually gets a lot of supporters in this event because he's very close. He's very close to owning. And Papayan, I'm going to just pull up this right now because I don't want to be exactly wrong. But the last player he won against was a player before he won his last match, was a player by the name of, I'm not going to pull exactly, but he is a Doha entry, and every single year, all he does is, if you look down here, all he does is collect the entry money, and he doesn't play another match. Last 2 years, 0-1, 0-1, 2024 is 3-7. This guy is 2,000, he's unranked in the world. That's Papayan's one of his last 8 wins. And his win before that, the old Pope was in office. So he's really not winning. It's an actual known fact. You can search it up. His other win before that was before the U.S. Open, and we got a new Pope. So crazy stats there. He's simply a player who cannot find his game right now. 2 of his last 14 matches, 1 of his last 14 in my opinion, because I'm not going to count. The guy who literally plays 1 match a year and loses on purpose just to get some prize money. And Brooksby is also very effective on slow services and clay court services because he doesn't really have such an effective serve per se, but he's very crafty and he's very good with shot selection, his tactics, and it's just his craftiness. He beats his opponents on actually just using good shot selection, changing the speed, and this forces opponents to have a lot of errors. And Papayan, who does not have strong confidence right now, will not be able to we're not going to put all these balls back into play, while Jensen Brooksby will grind you down and win the match in the long run. Papayan really doesn't have what it takes in this matchup. Love the odds here. 1.5 units on Jensen Brooksby, moneyline, minus 147.
Yeah, if you go back to Dubai too, and you look at Brooksby, I mean,
Yeah,
he played Bergs, he beat Bergs in 2. He beat Kachanov in 2 after the first set tiebreak. Ended up losing to Medvedev in the quarterfinals. But, I mean, he has confidence. You run into Medvedev, sure. But it's Medvedev. But you beat a guy like Kachanov. You got to beat Bergs. Like, those are 2 great wins. Great spot for Brooksby at home, in my opinion. I mean, just being at home, too.
Yes, that's huge. Also added confidence there.
So, great spot for Brooksby. I absolutely love that play.
1.5 units there, minus 147.
Confidence versus no confidence, pretty much.
Yes.
He's a better player.
When in doubt, you bet the guys in form.
But moving on to our third pick, I guess fourth for the future. But
fourth pick for the future.
We're going to have Ethan Quinn money line at minus 110. And in this situation, we are fading another serve bot. One of my favorite serve bots. One of my favorite players on tour. But you have to fade him in this situation. We're fading Riley Opelka, who, yes, he's a fan favorite. Yeah, he's a 7-foot tall giant from Australia. Yes, he serves 700,000 miles an hour, but this isn't going to help him in these situations. Ethan Quinn, he's another guy who's been playing with confidence.
Up and coming American who played in college, very good player.
Opelka, he's very flat too, which you talked about Pericard a lot being flat, but it's the same thing here with Opelka.
They both have very flat shots.
Yeah,
it's not ideal for Indian Wells. Also, just one stat. Sorry to cut you off. One stat there I just want to add is Opelka's 3-3 to start the season, with one of the wins being against Hopperin, who we've already talked about how terrible he's been playing, and then his other 2 wins are against guys outside the top 125, 130. Like his 3 wins on the season, he's beaten nobody really.
Yeah.
And then Ethan Quinn also has already beat a serve bot. He beat versus Hubert Harkarach, who he didn't play the greatest, but he beat him in straights in Australia. So he's already beaten the serve bot in straights. Opelka has the flat form. He has a serve, and also
when he gets broken.
When he gets broken. Also, the same thing with Pericard is both players. Ethan Quinn is a very, very good serve. He becomes a serve bot when he plays Opelka, and his ground strokes are much better, and he's way more athletic than Opelka.
Yeah.
So love the play. 1.5 units, Ethan Quinn, money line.
Minus 110.
Minus 110.
And then moving on, we have another fan favorite. We got 1 unit on Stefanos Tsitsipas money line at minus 134.
Versus Denis Shapovalov.
2 guys who kind of peaked. Not really playing at the best of their game right now.
Trying to get back.
But, I mean, Tsitsipas here, I think the courts helped Tsitsipas here a lot. Very spinny player. Very strong on clay. He's playing with more confidence. Yeah, you kind of saw him take a dip there in 2025 mid-season. We actually watched him lose in Greensboro.
Yeah.
But he's coming back.
Taboo. Yeah, taboo. You watch him lose in Greensboro live in Winston-Salem.
He's getting his confidence back. He likes playing.
He loves these slower courts. He loves playing clay. He's a clay quarter at heart, but he loves slower courts. He loves when he can take time and hit his forehand, which is still one of the best on tour, even with how he's playing right now. Still one of the best on tour. And
he's a guy that can
makes
better
runs.
Than Chapo. He can grind you down. He can get into those longer rallies. If you look on the other side, he likes just a serve and volley, get it over with, hold his games. And I think when you have Tsitsipas on the other side of that court, that gets a little dicey. You can't really do that as well as you would think you can. And if that's your whole game plan going in, you kind of have to adapt on the fly. And a guy like Tsitsipas, that's pretty hard to do, especially on these courts. I think they really fits Tsitsipas well here.
Little stat I would just like to add is in their head-to-head matchups, Tsitsipas is 2-0 on court speeds that are lower than 0.9 against the average, and Chapo is 2-0 against Stefanos with court speeds above 1 against the average, which means that clearly a matchup here where Stefanos favors a slow court. Denis Shapovalov needs a fast court because he's a guy who goes for it on every shot. He tries to hit the line, hit a corner, or hit the back line, hit an angle every single shot.
He wants to get the point over with.
He has confidence, and that's what he tries to do. But on these slow courts, those are going to turn into 3, 4, 5 extra shots that he's going to have to hit, and those are going to turn into errors.
And when you try to hit 5 winners in a row,
it doesn't work out.
It doesn't work out.
Unless you're Senate or
Cards.
Or nobody. Yeah. But besides for that, it doesn't really work out. Or Felix right now, because that guy's like 5 in the world. But
it's not going to work out for Chapo.
Yeah, not going to work out for Chapo. So we got 1 unit there. Stefanos gets for this. Money line minus 134. Moving down the line is another pretty much fade serve bot, almost a serve bot, but it's more down the line where
serve bot right now.
It's more down the line where he has to serve bot to win. We're betting on Matteo Bellucci against Gabriel Diallo.
And plus money here.
Plus money too. Gabriel Diallo. Let me just pull up these recent matches for him.
Again, one of my favorite players.
Yeah, we got Kentucky right there.
Shout out.
But I think he should have played basketball. He should have played small forward there.
Right now. Like,
he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's one of his last 6, with the only win being a 3-setter against a clay quarter from Brazil, who's ranked 300 in the world on indoor hard courts.
Yeah,
which
that just fits him perfectly.
Yeah, which means he's not winning matches. Yeah. Diallo is a player who needs to He's the same player as Shapovalov, but he's just worse also. Where he goes for it all. He goes for the 150 mile an hour serve if he can hit it. He goes for the forehand 100 miles an hour if he can hit it. And he tries to hit these lines and the points, and that's what he tries to do. While Bellucci has this one thing in this game that's going to help him a lot. He has his cross court left hand forehand to the backhand is very whippy, and on these courts it's going to bounce so high on Diallo to where it's gonna force a lot of hours. So Diallo's going to go for it on the ball to where he's not going to be able to hit a winner, and it's not going to work out.
You're going to see a lot of unforced errors here by Diallo.
Yeah. Also, you're going to give us plus money against a guy who can't win a match right now,
plus money on a guy whose defense is just.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're slowing the court down for him too.
Yeah.
Like pure bounces on a slow court.
It's not going to work out.
That just fits Bellucci's game. Just playing defense, making the other guy make mistakes, hitting those very whippy shots that you talked about. Doesn't make a ton of mistakes too. This is a prime example of let the other guy win for you. Just make him lose.
Exactly.
And that's what Bellucci's going to do.
He's going
against Diallo. I think Diallo is going to beat himself here. It'll be unforced. As much as I love Diallo, I think he's going to beat himself here. And a lot of unforced errors. I think he's going to go for a lot down the line winners that are just going to be just out or maybe in the stands.
And those don't work.
They don't work. And especially a guy against Bellucci who can defend those, even if you do hit them in.
Very athletic player, very strong defense. He's a player who could slide very comfortably on hard courts, which not a lot of players can do.
Yeah, you can get the side to side. So if you're trying to go side to side and hit those winners, you might have to hit 2, 3, 4 in a row, and that's something that Diallo is not comfortable with doing. And he has not proven that he can do that recently. Honestly, throughout his whole career.
Yeah.
He has not proved that he's been able to.
He's a very streaky player too. These guys like Shapovalov, Diallo, they're really streaky to where when they're on, they're the greatest player in the world. They could beat Sinner, they could beat Allen.
Say that about Elka too.
Elka also. But that's all they're streaky. I'd rather take the more consistent guy on a court where consistency matters.
And defense matters too.
Yep. So Matteo Bellucci, money line plus 120 for 1 unit there.
Plus money there is crazy.
Yeah, plus money against the guy who can't win. And then moving on to our last match, we got Rafael Golovin. You want to talk about this one?
Against another one of my favorites. It's the fade, top 5 tennis players from Cole. Just fade them all here in Indian Wells. But playing João Fonseca, the young Brazilian, as much as I love Fonseca, he is not playing well right now. His confidence is not there. If you look just like a year ago, a calendar year ago, you saw a totally different João Fonseca.
You saw a guy streaking with confidence.
Crazy confidence, going for everything and hitting everything. Just nasty. He was playing great, and now he's just kind of losing. He's not getting it done. He's trying to go for way too many shots that he thinks he can hit, but he's just not hitting them. He's kind of playing, not to compare him to Diallo, but kind of the same thing of trying to hit all these winners and win the point early. He's trying to do that, and it's not working right now for him. A lot of unforced errors out of João recently, and just another guy that he's playing who's just been very consistent.
Also, this is a bet here that we talked about. It's mainly a bet more on the value here because he's playing a guy, Rafael Collingen, who most of his career has been a challenger trying to push through to the main tour type player. And in his career right now, he's 7-0 in his last 7 matches. He just what's it called? He's 7-0 in his last 7 matches. He won 2 Davis Cup matches. He won 5 indoor matches to win the indoor France title against a bunch of big names: Martin Dam, Luca Van Ache, Benjamin Bonzi, a bunch of names there in the challenging circuit. And also look at like his seasons. 2024, he was 26-13 on hard, 46-8 on clay. 2025, when he started making his jump, he was 42-23 all time for the year. 24-12 on hard, 15-9 on clay, and then now this year he's already 11-3 in all Masters.
Yeah,
including the Davis Cup. He's playing phenomenal tennis, and João isn't.
No, he's not. he's not playing great tennis. I mean, he had the one win at Rio that doesn't really count for him. And then he lost to Bousset.
Okay, also Bousset is but Bousset, great up and comer, beating João, beating all these guys. Why is no one talking about him? They're talking all about Fonseca.
It lost to Tabio in the first round of Argentina. Then lost to Elliot Spizzirri.
Spizzirri's a promising young American #1 collegiate player, but
he's just not winning.
You can't be losing to Spizzirri, Tabilo, and Boos on the court you're supposed to be good at when you want to break. Yeah, when you want to make it, and when you want to make the breakthrough. Also, you could say, why aren't we betting João here? He's a clay court. College at 46-8 on clay 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he can play clay. He hits a very strong topspin heavy forehand and backhand. Very, very, very strong serve, and it's consistent. Very good play, in my opinion.
And another thing that could affect João's play is being in California, being in that desert
physicality.
He's a young player, but you just haven't seen the
muscle, everything develop.
Yeah,
physically with him.
He's just hasn't. You get into those deeper matches, those longer rallies. I mean, you could just see how tired he is in his face. You could see his body start to break down, which is kind of weird in a younger player like João, but it's happening.
But it makes sense. They haven't experienced it yet. You think he's from Brazil, but 2 of his matches here, he's had fatigue problems. So this goes 3 sets in the heat like that. It could be a factor.
Yeah, you get a first set tie break, and then you go to the second set that's 6-4. I mean, João is going to be gassed.
Yeah.
And getting into those longer rallies, which we're going to see here at Indian Wells because of the
court conditions. Yeah,
you're going to see longer rallies. You're not just going to see a bunch of serving volleys, just 1-2, here we go on to the next service game. You just don't really see that, and that is not going to help João at all.
Last play, 1 unit, Rafael Collingen,
another
plus 140. Yeah, 2 guys that were getting a plus odds against players who are just not in great form. They're big names, but
They're big names, and that's where the value is coming from.
like you're coming from a name, but a name doesn't mean anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's how you play on the court that day. So just to do a little recap here, first play that we had, we're going to count it as an official play, but it's not a straight bet. It's a future 1 unit on Carlos Alcaraz to win the tournament, plus 150. Call it the Carlos tournament. And then
Carlos Paradise.
Moving down along, we got Camille Mazarak, money line, minus 120. I know I'm butchering that, but literally, it's the guy who's playing fade parrot card. 2 units, Camille, minus 120. And then moving down along, we got Jensen Brooksby versus Lexi Pyron. We got Jensen Brooksby, money line, 1.5 units, minus 147. Moving down the line, we got Ethan Quinn, 1.5 units, minus 110 against Riley Opelka. Love the American here. I know Riley Opelka is also American, but he's also Australian. So we're going to fade the true American.
Yeah, he's the Aussie. He's an Aussie.
Also love, in the previous pick, love Jensen Brooksby at home also because the crowd's going to be in this. And think about this also. A player who does not have confidence with the crowd against him, it's a recipe for disaster there. Moving down the line, let's continue with the 1 units. We got Stefanos Tsitsipas, money line, minus 134 against Denis Shapovalov. Stefanos 2-0 on hard. Stefanos 2-0 on slow courts. Shapovalov 2-0 against him on fast courts. We're going to bet the better player here on the better service. Matteo Bellucci, plus 120, 1 unit. And then Rafael Kolodjin, money line, 1 unit, plus 140. Those two were getting plus money against players who have a combined record of, let me do a little math here, 3 and 7, or I'm not counting who prepared first, 2 and 17 in their last 19 matches. And they're getting plus money in both those guys who are confident and actually good ATP Tour players.
And confidence is going to be a major factor.
And 2 players to where the court suits them, and we're getting plus money. Love those plays there.
You're going to see confidence is going to matter here. Getting into those longer hard court rallies that people really aren't used to as much, if just kind of that mindset of all on hard court. But yeah, it's going to play slower, so that confidence is really going to be really valuable here. And I mean, again, with the Brooksby just being at home,
it's funny. There's a meme where Daniel Medvedev got broken, and it was in Indian Wells, and he goes to referee, goes, "What is this? This is not hardcore. I'm playing on clay." And then he suddenly goes, "I don't want to be a dog or something," like something like that. And he's literally complaining about how slow these courts are because it plays slower than 8 clay courts.
And it's going to be a lot of these matches are played at night when the sun's down too.
And then at that point, I mean, I don't know how you can hit past it now. You're just practicing that.
Yeah, and that's where these serve bots. We've talked about it a lot. We can't just pound the nail in even more. These serve bots are going to struggle here. You're going to see in this first round. Fade the serve bots. Yeah. Guys with confidence, guys that can play defense, guys that don't just go for a line every single shot, except if you're Alcaraz. But yeah, this confidence and just being able to stay in these long rallies is going to be so crucial here. And I think all of these guys just play that game absolutely phenomenal. And their matchups are just fantastic matchups. So these are going to be our sick.
And just remember, before let's get a little recap, remember topspin and returners are going to thrive here, especially at night. Topspin and return underdogs against heavy serve botters or heavy hit flat hitters. Those underdogs are going to be live. They're going to be big plays there. Also, big disadvantage to flat hitters. Huge disadvantage to flat hitters and serve bots. At night, it's a returner's paradise. Literally 55-45 to the return.
Returner's Paradise. There's a new nickname.
The Returner's Paradise, yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode. We are absolutely stoked that Indian Wells is back. It's one of our favorite tournaments of the year. And make sure to stay tuned with us throughout the whole entire not even throughout the whole entire tournament, throughout the whole entire year. Because we're going to have picks for every single tournament. VIP and free picks.
We have UFC, our next podcast, we have UFC coming up for this weekend.
VMF belt.
VMF belt.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oliveira versus Holloway. And then we'll also have MLB futures for the upcoming season, so you guys can lock those in early.
And USA Baseball starting up too.
USA
Baseball Classic. Stay tuned. We might have a special episode for that. But yeah, I'm so
stoked.
excited. Sports are finally kind of had a little down period there.
Yeah,
for
we
a
had
little
2
bit.
All-Star breaks.
Yeah, but it's kind of coming back in full swing here. I'm super excited.
Tennis is live.
Tennis
Paradise,
is live.
maybe. You know.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys for watching, and let's have a tournament.
Yep.